Daily infested, we are gathered at this relay to kick Grineer butt, tank Corpus stocks, and leave no rail unchecked. We ask blessings of Our Lady of Improbable Headgear. The congregation may now be seated, and open your codex for today's sermon in the Church of Warframe.
Hello, hello. We're back. We're doing the thing. This is the third stream this week, which feels a bit weird to be honest, but we're still doing it. I think Suni may be here, possibly, maybe, if chat is accurate, which it may or may not be. We will see. Hi, how y'all doing? The usuals. Hey, Suni, hello. Lovely to see you. We are, doing the thing. I saw you had a question on the discourse about modding for elemental damage and stuff. I could actually, I'm poking around with that right now, so we can actually, let's just go here. So here's the current project. It's Equinox Prime because of Reddit whining, saying that the upcoming Warframes are basically Equinox but better. I'm pushing back against that because it's me. I haven't played Equinox enough to really get a feel for them, but I am now because I'm being a contrarian. And I'm digging what's here so far. It's quite a complex thing because there are basically two forms and they do two different things. And Stream Radar Sheldon, thank you. I don't know if you're actually around, but thank you anyway. That's, it's nice when people on the Fediverse share your stuff because, actual people may see it. Anyway, so yeah, here's what I'm working on right now, though. That's not relevant to our elemental discussion, but what we are talking about right now is I'm working on this Askamati Prime build. I haven't really built these. These are just like a twin pistols. And I'm working on a couple of different ideas. I got an enervate set up and I got a flare set up, but I'm not sure which I like better or which is doing better damage. But what I did want to demonstrate, and I guess ask you, Suni, while you're here, if you're here, is, so you weren't sure if you were doing gas damage because you felt like you were, but you weren't sure, and it was about like modding for damage and not for elemental damage, etc., etc. So one way you can tell exactly what you're doing, I don't know if you've got this unlocked yet, Suni, but this is the simulacrum. This is just one of the many versions of the simulacrum. In fact, let's go to the relay. So you get this, you buy a key from Cephalon Samaris, so you do have to get some standing with Samaris by, doing the scanning thing. But once you've got a little standing with scary Samaris here, I'm demonstrating this. You may already have this unlocked. You still don't have the simulacrum. Okay, good. So this is valuable to you then. So once you talk to Samaris, get your whole deal down with the scanning, the simulacrum scanner thingy. Can't remember what it's called. Hang on, I got it over here. Or do I? The synthesis scanner, that's it. Get this going. After you get enough standing, you'll be able to buy some mods for it that mean that it just charges itself and stuff. So don't worry about the charging thing. That's going to be a pain in the butt to start with. But after you get some standing, there's ways to upgrade it that it won't be a pain after a while. Get your synthesis scanner, get your daily quests from Samaris, get some standing with Samaris, and then you will be able to purchase at here, the little view offerings thing. No, I already own it, so it's going to be in here somewhere. Let's just search for it because search is helpful. The Simulacrum access key for 50,000 standing. So once you get 50,000 standing, I don't think this requires max level with him or anything. I think you could just, as long as you've got 50,000 standing, you can buy this. And this will give you access to the Simulacrum. This is where you can test stuff. Oh, thank you. I haven't done my blessing yet, so I should probably do that. And once you get the simulacrum, there's a default one, I believe. I don't even remember. It's this one here, the Citadel. This one you will have by default unlocked. The rest you can get from like syndicates and various things. This is the one I tend to like, the Sanctum Simulacrum, because it just looks cool. But once you're in here, this is where you can like test your builds. And you can go in here and anything that you've scanned fully, you can unlock these, and then you can spawn them in. And the nice thing is, well, here I got 20 corrupted heavy gunners here. You can put all these modifiers on. You can choose their level, and you can also pause the AI, so you can just go blunk, and suddenly you've got a bunch of enemies. And my pet's already going to town on them. So, but this is how everybody tests their builds, right? To see how it's going to perform and what the numbers are and what it's actually doing. The problem is this isn't always a completely accurate representation of how it's going to feel in a mission, because the missions are different. There's enemy density, there's people shooting at you, there's all kinds of different things, right? So, this is just a kind of a way that you can isolate stuff and pare it down. So let me get rid of my pet for the moment, because they are skewing the results of my testing here. So Skinny Puppy, your services are not required for the moment. But I'm going to switch to my pistols here. And we're going to spawn in some guys. And you see, they won't do anything. They'll just stand there. So let's say I wanted to see what these pistols were actually doing if I just got a headshot. There's a slash proc. See that little slashy symbol? That means there's a slash proc. You can see how much damage it's doing. You can see what their armor is on their health bar, right? There's blast. So now it's doing blast and slash. Now it's got 2 blast procs. So this is how you can tell. So this is my clearly doing blast. There's some toxin. Hamish, I see Hamish. Hello. But when you can look under their name, and that's how you can tell exactly what elements you're putting on them and how many of each proc they've got. So there's blast, toxin, slash, and puncture currently. You just have to learn what the little symbols mean, that's all. But this is how you can just like really, really focus and like just look carefully without having to rush and without guessing. All right, this is how you can tell what it's doing. And of course, look at the damage numbers. So I'm not sure that this is the best setup for this gun, but let's just get. I'm gonna shoot some guys and kill a few of them and see how it do. Because let's just look at the build. So I'm using the galvanized, or at least a galvanized mod. And the thing about the galvanized mods are you have to build them up, right? They go in stacks. So you have to get kills first before this really stacks up to its full potential. So whenever you're testing something like that, you want to just like down a few guys first. Build up your stacks of the galvanized mods. Yeah, this is the ramp up here is real slow. Yeah, I don't think blast is the way to go on these. This is way too long. I do not have enough base damage, I think. At any rate, yeah, because I'm not able to build up galvanized mod stacks because I still haven't got a kill yet, right? You want your ramp up to be a little bit better than this. Yeah, that's no good. Okay. This is what Warframe becomes after a while. You're just like tinkering in the simulacrum. So that's my crappy Enervate setup. I'm going to go to the flare setup because this is the one I've just started tinkering with. And this is a corrosive heat setup. But even if you don't get the procs under the name, so upfront damage, yes, you are correct. The impression was that the special damage only went off when status was applied. So, kind of. Yes, but you have to get the status procs on them first, or otherwise it's not procking. Otherwise, you are only seeing the base damage. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's the only way I can explain it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna nuke these guys and get some fresh ones, just so we don't have health damaged. So let's go. There's some corrosive, and the nice thing about corrosive is it's stripping the armor. You can see the armor going down there, and that is important for Grineer particularly. So let's see how this do. And the ramp up is much better on that. Now we should start seeing some results. Oh, well, by all means, default to Hamish, because they know much better than I do. As far as I was aware, like, the number that you actually see is the combined number of all of the damage you're currently doing. That is my understanding, but that could be wrong. And Hamish just happens to be in the chat, so we can get some clarity on this. This isn't bad. The ramp up is still not great. Now, of course, this isn't the whole story, because once the pet's in here, the pet will be doing viral priming, and I think I just want more base damage. Still not a lot. But this is how it be. Okay, yes. So I know it's confusing. It's you are right to be confused, because it is confusing. It's one of those things that it's complicated, but it has to be complicated for it to work the way it does. You know, some things are just complicated. So it'll take you a while to get it. So let me see. Since I'm not doing Enervate, the gun, you can get more heat damage and procs lights on fire. Yeah, so let's test it. Let's actually do a test. We're here now. We can just test it. So here's our base, right? So this is nothing. So we just got slash, puncture, and impact. This heat and corrosive, this is from the last. This is just showing what went away. So we don't have, if we do this. So there's what we currently have, right? Slash, puncture, and impact. No elemental damage. So this is just what the weapon does. Get some fresh enemies without any mods. This is why the simulacrum is really useful. Oops, wrong gun. So we got 43, 8. So 43 is our crit. We're having a base of like 821. Okay. So when Night Wave, I believe is what you meant, not Night Frame. Get 150 with gas. I don't need to get the procs on all 50 enemies for it to count. You do gas damage without a proc if that's what you've got modded. There you go. Okay, so we're doing like 26 per headshot without crit, and that's with no elemental statuses other than impact, puncture, and slash. IPS. So let's just drop some. Here we go. Prime heated charge. So this is just heat. This will just add heat procs. You see our total damage now goes up. So this will do that, and then the heat procs will start building up. Now, of course, the other thing you got to take into account is the fact that elemental statuses have a percentage, like they won't always apply, right? So you see it took a little while there to build up some stacks of heat, but now that we do, you can see the damage is ramping up because we're doing heat damage now. So yeah, that's just this is what that like the kind of base, like the sum number at the bottom of all that. This is where that comes in to play, because this total here is the total of all this damage that you're doing, right? Oh, here's Hamish with the exception to the rule. IPS does not multiply off base damage. You usually use them to balance proc rates, right? Yes, exactly. So if you want to like weight it, I say you want more heat or something, that this is how you want to like weight it based against other elements. Yeah. If you go to the wiki, they actually show all of the mathematical formulas and stuff that go into this stuff, and it makes your head spin. So I don't worry about that so much as like I know some of the theories, like get some base damage, then start layering in your elements, then start layering in crit. You don't want to double down too much on any one thing, because like if you have diminishing returns. If you put like base damage and then more base damage, the second base damage mod you put in isn't going to be nearly as effective as the first one. I know, Suni, I'm sorry. It's the way it goes, right? Like I said, some things are complicated because they have to be, and this is one of those things. Yeah, Heat Inherit. Heat Inherit's real fun. Heat Inherit is the reason. Hang on. It's just for funsies. Because it's a video game. We're supposed to be having fun, as far as I'm aware. I'm gonna put my pet back on. We're just gonna let the pet do stuff, because my Panzervolk Phyla here, Skinny Puppy, has heat modded onto their claws. They got heat and slash. They will benefit from Heat Inherit, which is like heat doesn't time out. You can keep adding it on to the point that it just builds up and builds up and builds up and just suddenly goes nuclear. So, for example, this is going to be a bit of a ramp up, but eventually you'll see. So now they're on fire because they got viral priming. You can see the heat building up and then kaboom. It just starts doing that. I'm not doing anything. Right? That's all my pet. That's all my pet doing all that. I could just sit back and chill and let my pet do it. So yeah, this is why people like the Panzer. You can also do this with. I'm not sure where my Nautilus is at currently. Let's find out. So Nautilus for the Verglass. I've got a Riven for the Verglass. So what have I got here? I got Magnetic and Cold. Let's go with Viral Heat, because that should give us a nice big boom. In theory, this should work too. Oh, except Nautilus is doing the cordon thing, so they're going to pull it all in. Hi, Ortis. There we go. See how it spreads? There we go. We're pulling it all in. Let's go. Eventually, it'll get to a point where it should just go nuclear. And if you want to take that to the next level, we can get into the mecha set. There we go. It's funny. It's very funny. But let me show you what Equinox can do. Now that we're doing this, I really need more multi-shot. Yes, multi-shot is a big damage increase. Well, depending. There are some setups that you don't want multi-shot. Any of the acuity setups you don't want multi-shot, because you can't have multi-shot. But that's a special case. Multi-shot, in general, is multi-shot good. Here, I'm going to show off what Equinox can actually do. Because there's a popular build for Equinox that is the nuke build, and this is where you lock yourself down to one of the day form, which does all of the damage stuff, and you can build up damage, and then you can like nuke the entire room. Thank you, Hamish. I'm glad you're here. Okay, let's see. So I'm not using a pet. I'm gonna switch to the day form. I'm gonna grab some energy here, and we're gonna put on this, and we're just gonna kill some guys. And we're gonna build up some damage. So we got 100 and there we go. 2 million damage, and then we go, boom. I didn't kill it up, guys. Build this up. Oh, I didn't. Okay, I'm gonna do it wrong. The nuke works. I promise the nuke works. That would be too easy if that was shown. Yeah. Yeah. The nuke is hard to demonstrate in the simulacrum. Let me see if I can build this up enough to actually show it off. I have it on? I do not have it on. Okay, now I've got it on. So now I should be building up damage. Where is it? There it is. There's a million, 1.52 million, 2.4 million. Boom. So this is not the fancy version of that, because this isn't my nuke build. This is my generalist build. But this is what I've been playing with to try and like counteract the Reddit narrative that like Equinox is bad. I don't think Equinox is bad at all. I've been quite enjoying them, and I've been quite enjoying swapping between the two forms. Which is the part that that Reddit doesn't like. And I kind of do, because it's complicated. Equinox, I think Equinox and Limbo are the two most complex warframes in the game. I still haven't been able to play Limbo with any degree of competency, but I am quite enjoying where I've got with Equinox. Partly because I've got full on, like, full investment, triple umbral. I got stupid because I'm mad at Reddit, which is a very mature response. But I think I'm kind of there. I'm going to be tweaking this. I find that all they really need is Arcane Circumvent for survivability, but see, I'm getting lessons here too, Sonny. I mean, Hamish has been around so long. Hamish knows. I'm just at the very beginning of me really getting a grasp on all this stuff, and that's why I spend so much time in the simulacrum. Because the theory is one thing, but then actually being in the thing and just being able to point the gun and shoot it and see what it does, that's for me, that fits into my brain much better, right? So I haven't settled on where I think I'm liking the flare build for this in general, but let me see. Malcolm Barrel Diffusion will give us multi-shot. I don't want to lose corrosive. I got a dash in there. Why do I have a dash? Oh no. We could do acuity, but that will. I think that will be bad. I mean, let's try it. That means we can't. We don't have enough mod capacity. I'm not gonna have to reformat this because I don't think I'm in a good place with this. Stunning speed, real chance, status chance. Not enough mod capacity. I'm gonna have to rub another form on this thing anyway. We know Elementalist is probably the way to go. So let's do it. At the very least, it's a D, right? Yes. Okay, now we've got a little room. I've got a little heat on there with Scorch. I wonder if I add more. That's not a huge difference. And now that'll change it. That'll change their weighting to radiation. We don't want that. Try spinning speed, just see what happens. It's not a huge boost. But we're going to try it, see what it does. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just base damage I want. This is gonna need some priming and stuff. This is mediocre at best. It's starting to get there though. Now that it's ramping up, it's starting to get there. Being slapped with algebra is a real good way of describing this. Oh man, Hamish taking Sunny to school. I'm going to review this later because this really is like homework. Yeah. Now that we've got some form on this, we got to level it up anyway. I think Equinox still has a little ways to go, and also my tenant Quanta here needs. We've got 5 form on. It's got to go all the way to 40, and then we can do some business. So we got some leveling to do, basically. I didn't erasable note protester this nonsense. It's a good plan. See, for me at least, there's been an arc. There's the don't copy builds because unless you understand how builds work, it's probably not going to work for you. Then I got to the phase where it's like I started to grasp how some of the numbers interact. To the point that I started being able to like make the kind of adjustments that I wanted. If I wasn't like doing, you know, a quantum leap, I was at least being able to tweak it. So now I'm back to the point that like I will copy builds, but I now understand how they work and how I can tailor them to my own, you know, wants. And there is kind of an arc for that. So, oh, Alex is shared. Thank you, Alex. And Alex is here. Hello, Alex. So I'm gonna use Skinny Puppy because, as you saw, Skinny Puppy does some business. I don't even have to be there. And I just need to level. I'm just leveling. Yeah, no, there's you know, Warframe, rabbit holes within rabbit holes and onions within onions. Oh, I don't want to do a spy, and this one is Arcwing. Mobile defense. Yeah, that no, wait, hang on. Is that all Arcwing, or that could just be submersible? If it's submersible, we're good. Let's find out. Nope, it's Arcwing. Oh well.
Trust in your training.
Look, Hamish. I am actually using the Amesha, which is what I was using last week and just didn't even know. Somebody in the group chat's like, oh my god, it's Arcwing. Yep. Welcome to this, friend. I did. There's one. Yep, see, now I'm immortal. Now, this is funny because, like, I was doing that last week as well with my Lavos, but I was still getting one shot. The immortality was not working, and I'm pretty sure it's because I was using a persistence build. So that's yet another thing we can test.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
After a while, Warframe stops being playing the game and it's just testing. Warframe still in beta after 13 years. Looking for me now. I was doing precision levels. All right, we'll find out what I was doing wrong. I'm quite happy to railjack again. Although I got all my intrinsics finally, but there's still some gear I wouldn't mind. I want some weapons with punch through, and I don't have any. I think. Yeah. Well, one way to find out, right? Oh, good Lord. This is going to take forever.
I got what we need. Find the next
That is
satellite.
3 times, huh? Thanks.
Enemy would rather
Thanks,
destroy
Lotus.
this data than have it land in our hands. Do not
Wow,
let
Reb
the
sounds so
enemy
young
destroy
there.
the satellite before
Oh, because it was 13 years ago. That's why. The chat's all, yeah. I find chat in general, not just in Warframe, but chat in general, I will often miss. It has more to do with like being easily distracted and also old. So if I ever miss a chat from anybody, forgive me. I promise I'm not ignoring anybody on purpose.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
Man. Bet you there's a whole bunch of people on Reddit who really want them to take Arcwing missions just out of the game entirely. The in-game chat, I know there is supposed to be an audio cue, or maybe that's only on direct messages, like on direct tells or whispers or whatever. There is a thing there for audio cue. Oh yeah, Hamish, I leave the game running all the time too. Like that, you know, we're now ramping up to about 3,000 hours I've gotten the game. That's not necessarily all been actively playing. At least some of that is me,
While I extract what
you know, going to make dinner or whatever. A tiny little blip when general chat gets an update. All right. Yeah. I mean, that's really an accessibility thing, right? That's kind of where we are. And I mean, I don't have a lot of criticisms of the game, but one of them is they really need to do better with accessibility stuff in general. But then again, that's also true of most video games, so, you know, what can you do? I think my LEDs change color would be a great thing. That's a good idea.
still working on it.
It's give us like give us like an open RGB like hook into the API or something. That'd be awesome. So the calculation on multi-shot possibly a rumble pack. The bottom of your chair. I think you're obsessed, Hamish. I don't know. I think I sense a theme with you. So the multi-shot, the percentage is like the odds of you actually having the multi-shot happen, like multiple projectiles. So I think that's per projectile percentile chance or something like that. I don't know. Hamish would know better. I should stop trying to answer questions I don't actually know the answer to.
To your landing craft.
The struggle between trying to be helpful or wanting to be helpful and actually knowing what you're talking about. There we go. Thank you, Vanish. Wow, that took 5 minutes and 36 seconds isn't that long, but woof. It was a bit. All right, we got any better missions? I could just go and level in whatchamacallit, Sanctuary Onslaught, which is usually where I level. The Belly of the Beast alerts are really great for leveling. That's why I've been looking at those. But and does anybody want to just jump in and do anything? Anyone around? I see Sunni in game. I don't know if Hamish is in game, but we can just go do some stuff. I'm just leveling. I don't have an agenda. We could play Wheel Frame as well. I don't know if it actually works. Hang on. All right, it's there. I could play Wheel Frame to decide what I do today. I haven't actually used that yet. I'm going to go and do something. What I'll do, hang on. I'm going to leave this on friends only. I'm just going to go and do some business. What do we got? Pursuit, excavate. Yuck, gross. Don't want any of those. I know. Fishers. Here we go. We could go conjunction survival. I don't know. I'm doing this basically solo unless somebody shows up. Let's find out. Now's the time that we test to see how unhelminthed Equinox actually does. Probably going to go poorly. My guess is this isn't going to work well. Particularly under-leveled. Oh, hi guys. How you doing? Hey, how you doing? Yeah, nice to see you. I'm glad you showed up.
Found a fisher. Look out for reaction.
Oh, somebody stole my gun. I hate it when they do that. They stole 2 of my guns. All I have left is my melee. That's hilarious. All right.
Don't forget the reactant. You need more to open that relic.
Thanks, Hamish. You should just be able to pop in whenever it's on friends only, and I know you're on my friends list, so I'm just cracking some relics. Okay, so I'm keeping it on the night form because that's defensive, and I'm gonna build up some defenses, like so. Oh, this will speed it up. Good.
That bypass will hasten recovery.
It's wild to hear like new Lotus voice lines alongside old ones.
Well done. Bypass used.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing it for duplicate. The only specific mod I've got for her right now is the energy, whatchamacallit, the energy retention one. So I can switch between forms. And get the nuke built up. Oh boy, I need energy. That's bad. Let me just swap back. Thank goodness for persistence. There we go. Now we've got some... we got some reactant building up here. Okay, there's some overguard. Good. We got a little life insurance here. Relic is cracked. Somebody stole my freaking gun. Rude. Okay. Let's get that going. This is the problem with Equinox in general. Just like any builds, you have to pay attention to what channeled ability is on and what is not, right? And that can be a bit of an ask. But we're doing okay. I'm having serious energy sustain issues. That's the problem. Now that I'm doing this solo, now I see some of the weaknesses. And it's energy sustain. And it's always energy sustain for me, but... So I'm thinking maybe I won't use the Panzer. Maybe I'll go with the Doriga and use an Archon mod and get the energy regen, the passive energy regen from that. That might be a way to go. Okay, now we've got some energy building up. Now let's switch forms. Turn that on. So where are we at with our build up here? Okay, we got a lot to build up. Now, don't look at my screen. Look at the mini map. Boom! There we go. It worked. The nuke worked.
The sentient is onto you.
Oh, that's
Look out
good.
for troopers.
Uh-oh. Oh no, it's violence. You're gonna mess me up. I don't have any anti-acolyte weapons. I don't know. How's my melee? Bad. Melee's bad. Everything's bad. Well, violence is probably gonna get me. Yep. This is this is unfortunate. Can I hold out long enough for Hamish to get here? Let's find out. Because violence keeps on turning off. We're not leaving. No way.
Extraction is ready.
Okay, the point I think I should be making. Hey, Venado Prime blueprint. Won't let me join saying objective completed. Ah, okay. You know what? I'll just leave now and we'll start a fresh one. How about that?
They will drain your life support unless they are destroyed.
Oh, this is bad with violence here and the Thrax. Oh no. Oh no. And there's still my weapon and skinny puppies down. This is real bad. Still not letting you in. Okay. This is me running for the exit then. Of note, I haven't actually died yet. I'm staying in night form, so I've got the good defenses on. Hi, Violence. How you doing? Nice to see you. Thanks for coming out. I need, on this loadout, I need an anti-acolyte gun. I do not have one. And that's a problem. Oh no. Go away. Look, I'm the only one here. You don't have to time out. I could just go. You could just make me leave. I could just not be here. Oh no. Oh, well, there we go. Okay, good. Guess that didn't count as me being downed, huh? I can't believe that Violence is still here. There we go. It had to happen eventually. Can I pick myself up? Unlikely. Thank you, Alex. Oh no, I did it again. I almost got there. I almost picked myself up. Nope. 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 0% life support. I am an extraction. Let me extract. What the heck? This is extraction. Wait, I'm not an extraction. It sent me back to not extraction. That's not fair. I say. Still completed the mission.
They fought well. Good dance.
Oops. This is me not paying attention. I'm usually not like this when I'm not streaming. Okay then. So, What have we learned? Everything's fine. I'll send an invite. How about
There's a buzz.
something happened and it was weird and messy? Yes. Let's send an invite to Hamish. Anybody else wants in? Ping me. Let me know. And I don't really have a plan. Clearly, I have no plan. We could just run relics. We could just do another conjunction. Alex is giving references. We could just do relic-y stuff. So then you could do relics. Okay, hang on. Let's get Suni in here before we actually go in. Suni, is that you? Yes, that's you. There we go. There we are. All right. Need master vault keys. I'm not, I'm just picking a relic at random, so whatever's whatever.
Ordis keeps a tidy ship.
Hello, Ordis.
It is therefore reluctant.
I've been seeing a
to
lot of
allow
Ordis
animals on
lately.
board. In Ordis's experience, animals do not eat so much as reload.
Suni, if you don't have this node unlocked, I don't know that we can carry you to it, so we could go non-steel path if that's what you need. Level how much? I mean, hey, you want to play Warframe? You want to play Warframe? I mean, you know, you're with us. You'll be okay. It's fine. Don't worry. It's fine. Gotta do the ship wiggle. Having some coffee while I can. All right.
These are worthy foes. Underestimate them. You are barren.
Hey, we got a Noko, which means we got lots of energy regen. I love you already.
Nearby. Do you have a matching relic? The Orican Neural Sentry is attempting to purge you from this place. Stand by for life support.
Get on them mushrooms.
You found a fissure. Look out for reactants. Tenno, if you have a necromech, this would be an excellent place to apply.
Here we are. Okay. So, turn on my abilities. This is the only, not really a complaint, but observation I have with Equinox is you do have to pay attention to what's on and what's not on. But the way I'm playing her is start out in night form, build up your defenses, and then once you're confident, once you feel that you've got enough defenses built up, then switch to day form and start building up your Duke. It's pretty simple. Could probably use my secondary that I want to level, which will make it level faster. I I see Hamish has a wisp. Very good, very good. That'll help with the fire rate. Alright, I got some overguard. Let us... Can you switch to the nuke? This looks like a good place to nuke. Switching to nuke. Turning that back on. And now we will start building up our nuke. Hey, look at all that reactant. I think I'll go get it somehow. Where are you? I'm coming. There we go. We all good with reactants? Suna needs a bit more.
Open your relic.
I'm trying to be conscious of not falling down that hole. Not easy. If there's a hole, believe me, I'll fall down it. Alright, there's one nuke. Now, I don't know about you, but I think with a non-helmethed Equinox having an excellent balance, you know, because that's kind of their thing, and this is what distinguishes them from Sirius and Orion. Sirius and Orion are not balanced, they are in rivalry. This seems like a pretty neat way to play. I think Equinox is fine. And I can do that. Which is also fine. And if I ever get to the point where I'm starting to feel a little bit overwhelmed, switch to night form, turn that back on, and now we can start building up defenses again. It is nice. You have options. Options are good.
Sentient scouts. If they detect you, fighters will soon attack.
And of course, nullifier bubbles are a big problem, but they always are. So.
The sentient has detected you. Fighters incoming.
Oh no, the sentience detected us. Everybody get ready. We're gonna have some sentience. Yes, it's true. Whoa, don't, whoa. Everything's fine. Wow, he recovered. Okay, this looks like a place where we want to start nuking. What have I got? Do I have any built up yet? I don't think so. Because it's not turned on, because I didn't turn it on. Nope. That's a me problem.
The longer you pull out, the deeper I can search. But if you need to leave, extraction is ready.
I'm good for more. I'm still leveling. You want Forma or a Burstin? I actually want Forma, so I'm going to pick the Forma. Let's pick something I don't actually have all of. Not easily done. Alright, let's pick one of those. I don't know.
Void manifestations.
Gotta pick
Dawn
some.
is cursed place of stolen lives. They will drain your life support unless they are destroyed.
Alright, this is the part I don't like about these fissures, is having to deal with Thraxes. Thrax down. Get out of here, Thrax. And Thrax down. Okay, we should be good. No, wait, one more Thrax? One more Thrax. There we go. We're good. I don't know, Suni, if you've never done one of these fissures before, that may have confused you, and I apologize. Between rounds, Thraxes come in, and you gotta, like, knock them out with your operator.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
How's our life support? Life support is good. Okay, I am in defense mode, and I am building it up, which is good. That's probably a better way of thinking about Equinox. It's not night and day or dark and light, but like defensive, offensive, right? I was playing with my bouncy ball. No, that's a good thing to do. That's that will help. Noko is just good in general.
I must do this. Forgive me.
Tavish, your Marie is just apologizing to the enemies. Don't do that. They deserve this. I know, it's Marie. She's a gentle soul at heart. Alright, am I building? Yes, I am building. This is good. So we are in nuke mode now. How much have I got built up here? Ooh, 21 million. Boom. Nice. Yep. I don't know. I think Equinox is fine, everybody. That's the hypothesis I am attempting to prove today. And if a goofy noob like me can make Equinox work with only, triple Umbra and maximum investment and, still, nevertheless. You don't have to do the triple Umbra thing. I did that to be an ass, to be contrarian. Noko feels like cheating the best way. Yep, absolutely. Like Noko is who I play if I'm just like I don't want to think, I just want to like button mash and not strategize. Like that's the thing. Like a frame like Equinox, you do have to pay attention to your rotation. You do have to think about what you're doing. There's layers of complexity. Noko is just like press the buttons pretty much in any order. You kind of want to get started in a certain way, but after you've got the ball rolling, it's just like, nah, you're just bouncing on mushrooms now. That's it, it's life. Okay, I'll turn that on. Switch forms, turn that on. That was one of those guys that steals your weapon, and I got him before he stole my weapon. That feels good. Love the mushrooms. Okay, I should probably try and stick closer to you guys, because I'm not really paying attention. Then again, this is Warframe. Who pays attention to that? Oh, just turning off all of the little triangles is so satisfying. Oh no, it's violence again! Hey, wow, Noko, that was all you, Noko. you just turned off violence. That's awesome.
Won't be far behind. The sentient is onto you. Look out.
I mean, that feels good. 5.6 million damage. How? Because you're Noko. That's how. Welcome to that feeling, Suni. Didn't I tell you? Doesn't that tickle your brain in the best way?
They are trespassers here. We are not.
Okay, we're gonna get some more Thraxes soon. I might as well grab a Zaku Prime blueprint for somebody who wants it. It's true, Noko does go brr. So I got that. Let's see. Ooh, a gyre. Gyre's good. Somebody I know is going to want a gyre for sure.
These manifestations must not be allowed a foothold on Lua. Life support is at
Okay,
risk.
switching to defense. Switching to a good weapon. Wow, Noko is just like nuking them. That's awesome.
The gods are good.
That was all you. I stayed my operator so I could deal with the Thraxes when they went into their void form or whatever that is, but that was all you, Noko. Oh, who's down? What's down? We good? We good? Oh, it's good as boy. Okay. As long as it's only a pet. Still want to pick him up. Okay, am I in, what form am I in? I am in defense. Switching to offense. Putting that back on. Your relic's already cracked.
Open the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
All right, my friends. I think one more round after this. It'll be 4. And I think we'll probably call it there. And we will call it a success because this has been real good. How much? 33 million built up for my nuke. I mean, it's just silly how quickly that builds. All right, ready to watch all the little triangles go away? Boom! Oh, that's so good. Well, I'm an Equinox main now. Guess I don't have to be afraid of steel path anymore. No, you do not, especially not with Noko. I mean, every frame is different, which is a very nice thing, and so some frames definitely have an easier time surviving than others, but Noko is incredibly well balanced and incredibly well, self-sustaining. You don't need to invest a lot in Noko to make Noko good, as you are seeing. It kind of makes me wonder if you did, really invest in Noko, how far can you push that? Because, welcome to level cap, right? Got 11 million built up. It's just wild. You could just do this and just kind of chill. Hopefully something or someone was down. Just give us a little space here. But Sunny, I know exactly what you mean with being intimidated by I remember, when I did my first Netracell, that was the big thing for me. Steel Path seemed really tough until I kind of got a handle on it. And it was Netracells that were my first big oh, I know this seems like too much. And now I just do them for fun. So you can get there, is my point. The game gives you tools. It's just a matter of learning like any other tool. Yeah, well, that's the nice thing about Noko, right? You can get away with, and it seems like that's intentional when you think of it from a game design perspective. It's Noko is one of the more recent frames, and they're experiencing a period of growth, right? a lot of new players coming on board, and Noko is one of the frames that you can start farming for relatively early on. You know, you gotta get a few story missions under your belt first, but nevertheless, it's like they're incredibly strong. Don't need a lot of endgame mods,
Lists are scanning for targets.
so you know it makes sense. It's very smart.
We know you're here. Prepare for sentient fighters.
Forma, or Paris Prime, which I already have, and I do need Forma. You always need Forma. So, okay, I'm staying one more round, my friends, and then we will call it a Fisher. I'm just picking stuff at random.
These manifestations, they aren't from the neural.
Yeah, because the thing you have to, I don't know if you're aware of this, Sony, but the thing to keep in mind here is the longer we stay, the harder it gets. Goes to Bodafel. I see you. Hello. There's a lot of things happening right now. As you can tell, I gotta pay attention. Thraxes are not. I need more energy on my operator. Good heavens. Here we go. Got one more Thrax. We got another Thrax. We are in Thraxed. Thrax gone. Okay, nice. Thank you, thank you. Gotta turn that on. Mm-hmm. 50 million built up. Oh, good heavens. All right, let's let a lot of little triangles build up. If we can, there's a Noko around. We may not have that many triangles. There's a lot of triangles. Now there aren't any triangles. That is so satisfying. So I've tried the stronger version of that nuke build. First of all, how much stronger do you have to get? Like that is, I think 50 million is probably enough. Then this isn't the strongest nuke version. Anyway. I like the options this gives me. Like if I feel overwhelmed, I can go, boop, pop into my night form, and now I'm building up defenses rather than building up offense. And because of the mod, I'm not losing any of the offense. I've still got that, unless I roll into a freaking nullifier bubble while I'm talking like an idiot. Nevertheless, that's real nice. I like that a lot. I like being able to adjust, what I'm doing and how I'm doing it based on the circumstances that I'm in. I see Ghost of Bodafel is really getting into the theme. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, what we got going on here? 10 million built up. Finally, my Ascomati Prime gets a level, which I'm not using, FYI. Seriously, you just put Arcane Persistence. I mean, I'm a big advocate for persistence. I put persistence on everything. Boom. But that's all the survivability that I put on some needs. That's plenty. Now, we're not going to level cap here or anything, but I really don't care about level cap, so, See what happens when you use your weapons? They level up. Funny thing that. Okay, we got Misery. Where's Misery? Misery's lonely, it loves company, you know. Where the heck is the Acolyte? I don't want to let my friends down. I'm trying to figure out where they are, but okay, well, never mind. They're down. I'm assuming no code. They got no code.
Savior.
It's the cult of no-go, yep. That was Misery meets Silly. Silly wins. And I think we're good. All right, I'm going to make for the exit, friends. Hopefully you won't see this on too much of a delay that that'll mess you up. I got plenty of those. More Forma. More Forma for me. It's what we like. So I'm gonna go no relic. Morma.
Hiding Rua in the void risked the unfathomable. I fear they are seeing the consequences of that risk now.
Okay, now trying to get to the exit is the fun part. This always kind of messes me up a little. All right, here we are. That's good. Let me switch to night form, so I got some defenses happening.
The sentient has detected you. Fighters incoming.
To him.
All right, I can see Hamish. You with us, Sunny? I hope. Yeah, there you are. Okay, great. This is the problem with the stream being on a delay for you guys. And, wow. Orokin architecture, huh? You guys are going to be there before me. What else is new? I'm coming. Just wait for Grandpa. Old and slow, you know. There we go. Well done, my friend.
Serve you well.
Hey, look at that. Max rank everything. Nice. Mission accomplished, I'm going to say. All right, you know what? On that note, I think I'm probably going to bail for now. It's a slightly shorter stream than I usually do, but this is also the third stream I've done this week. So, with your indulgence, I think I'm going to take a little bit of me time and I got some stuff to do around the house and all that kind of thing. But this was very nice. This is fun. Thank you, everybody. I see Norknar has messaged in clan chat. We didn't see it because we were busy. Sorry, we were doing the stream thing. We'll get you. Don't worry, we got you. Let me just go to the just chatting thing. All right, thank you, everybody. That was very fun. I got more work to do on this build, but thank you, Sunny. I mean, VIP Noko, right? So, all right, we're gonna call it there, and we'll see you next week.